In this Power City live stream, I'm joined by a fellow builder and another PulseChain community content creator in the ecosystem. Haven't streamed with this guy yet, so very excited to get into a few topics, including a new Power City protocol coming down the pipe. But with no further ado, Mr. Ali Kane in the house. How are we doing, Ali?
Doing great, Matt. Thanks for having me on the show.
No, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a content creator, a builder, someone else providing value to the ecosystem. We were just talking backstage about, how crazy it's been since 2021. You told me you just got into crypto as the whole PulseChain sacrifice bars was going on, right?
Yeah, one of the first, whenever I was a complete noob, one of the first videos I came across was watching a BitBoy show, and Richard Hart was the guest on Around the Blockchain, and he blew everybody else out of the water. And from there, then I started to learn about PulseChain. It was right around the time just before the sacrifice, so I started to learn about PulseChain. Actually, as I was saying, before Hex. So I didn't get to enjoy the Hex run up, but I did get into the community whenever PulseChain was just a thought.
Oh man, I mean, what a ride, right? And sentiment, we were just talking as well. Obviously, crypto sentiment's changing, markets are green. How are you feeling about everything at the moment?
I'm feeling really excited. Like we were saying, it's been a long, hard struggle. If you imagine, PulseChain launched, and 6 months after PulseChain launched, sentiment was absolutely brutal. And that's the time whenever I started to decide to build as a community member. And you're talking about adding value. That was the whole thing that I wanted to do. I seen the chain that I thought I could be a part of, and the crypto that I wanted to be in. And at that stage, there was two trains of thought. Everybody get behind the Richard Hart cores, or let's all build the chain and add to the chain. And the sentiment was, after 6 months after launch, the sentiment was probably, sort of all-time low. And that's whenever I decided to start adding value and start building, creating content and doing all that stuff. And I've been here battling and fighting for it ever since.
Well, yeah, man, many people go away in the bear market, or when the sentiment drops, they're like, I'll come back in 4 years. You weren't one of those guys. You've got a lot going on, quite a few.
I didn't know any better. Otherwise I would have.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that the case in so many things in life? When someone builds a business or does something crazy, they're like, if I knew what I had to go through, I wouldn't have started. But it's like step by step, day by day. And 2025, things are turning around. Let's hope this is the start of the bull market. Sentiment's changing. All of crypto is looking good. Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum have been running away recently. PulseChain's been also taking effect, and also we've had some bullish tweets from the man himself. How are you feeling about those?
I mean, everything's looking good. Whenever I get in, DeFi summer was May 2020. I was expecting this time last year that we would already been pumping. Even alts would have been, some decent moves. We've had to wait a year longer, and everything that I've been wanting to align up now seems to be finally aligning. That's exactly how I feel. PulseChain's just looking primed and ready. Richard Hart is coming back and putting out some super bullish tweets. All these updates to the PulseChain website, Liberty Swap, all this stuff coming. It's just adding fuel to the fire at the minute. And then Hex starting to pump this last. I think it's done like a 3x in 14 days or something like that. Is that right?
Many times I've woken up and it's like another 25% up, another 27% up. So when Hex runs, it runs, and it's got a history of doing this. And I know a lot of the old school hardcore hexicans will be like, no, it's all about staking, but people can trade Hex and they do well. Not everyone, but some people do, as you can see, man. If you put in a sizable amount and you're 27% or 30%, or like you said, over how many weeks now? 3x up?
Yeah, I think it's about two weeks, something like that. I seen a post today.
So really positive. And the fact that obviously there's lots of ups and downs in the Hex and PulseChain community, but there isn't anyone more passionate than hexicans and pulsicans and people streaming through the bear market. So I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we might make it.
Yeah, this is the thing I was thinking about last night. It's just that all these things starting to happen. That post Richard put out about, like, it was pretty much the bones of the tweet was, get fucking ready. We're about their melt faces. And if you look at the effort, the builders, the real quality DeFi that exists on PulseChain, the community there, the streamers, there are all these dedicated people that have done all this through the last 2.5, 3 years. What's it going to be like when new people start to arrive and the energy's in the community and everybody's making money? It's going to be, it could be like nothing we've ever seen before in crypto.
Maybe it really was, right? The most, the patient who's got the longest patience, last man standing, right? I know a lot of people sold the bottom and they've exited, but again, hindsight's 2020. So looking back, who knows, in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, we'll be like, oh, it was so good that all happened. All of that, that 2 or 3 years after the launch and the hell we all had to go through to get where we are. But time will tell, but it is positive. What about yourself, man? Let's talk about what you've got going on. I want to talk about a protocol you built on Ethereum, actually. You're involved in, but what's going on in your wheelhouse at the moment? Because you're a builder yourself.
Okay. Well, I mean, the main thing that I have going on for myself is I don't know if you or the viewers are familiar with a game that I launched called Pulse Wars. It's like a fantasy league crypto trading game, very, very simple to play. I launched, that was my sort of first foray into building, and that was launched last year. We had 250 individual wallets, minted about 1,000 entry tickets, and that league, that fantasy league, was played over 7 months last year. This year, and the winner won. We give out over 700 million pulse as prizes along the way. So I rebranded that to Trade Brawl. We have a season. There's a season 2 entry fees are for sale right now. I stream about that every Monday and Tuesday on the Weekly Blaze channel. So that's the main thing that I'm working on at the minute. Obviously, I've been over in the Titan X ecosystem. I've been involved in helping a lot of the builders over there to build projects, and I have a couple of projects of my own over there as well. So, like I say, just trying to add value to PulseChain and Titan X, and we're working on a few things to kind of bring those communities together and try and separate a little bit of the divide that might be there.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, there's lots of Titan X guys are in Pulse, right? So why not bring them together?
We run a builders stream every Tuesday night where all the builders in the Titan X ecosystem come on and talk. And all 4 of us, there was 4 of us on the show last week, and all 4 of us are all builders on PulseChain as well. So that kind of shows you the amount of crossover between the two communities.
And how is the sentiment with these guys? You're with these guys a lot there. How are they feeling about PulseChain?
Everybody's super bullish on PulseChain. Everybody's super bullish on Titan X. I mean, there's a bit of a dip there yesterday, and there's people selling the bottom and people panicking and running over to PulseChain. I think at this stage of the game, you should have your positions set. You should have your positions set and be ready and just be able to ride out all the plays you've made, rather than jumping from the frying pan into the fire or losing out on potential gains by selling bottoms. But the sentiment over there is picking up a hell of a lot as well.
Well, I mean, you're like you said, a lot of people don't listen to this, but they chase the green candles where it should be the opposite, right? You should be getting your position set before the spaceship turns off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another protocol that you built on Ethereum last year, can we talk about that? Because this is going to tie into PowerCity's latest protocol too.
Yes. Okay. So the protocol that we're going to cover a little bit is Blaze. Obviously, people who don't know, on Titan X last year, I was a part of an 8-man team that launched a protocol called Blaze. And that was a project where you put ETH in, and there's different.
Share the tab here, right?
Yeah, lovely. Right? So every day there is an amount of Blaze up for grabs through a 24-hour auction. Whenever you get that Blaze, you can stake it, you can sell it for a profit, or you can go in and add liquidity. So it's just kind of very, very much a a daily game to be played. We call it, we do call it a bit of a game, but it is pure DeFi. It's an absolutely amazing protocol. This is, it's fully decentralized. There is no admin keys for anything at all in this, and it's been running flawlessly for, what are we on there? We're on we've just ticked over a couple of hours ago into day 400. So for 400 days, this thing has been running flawlessly. Daily auctions, people claiming, staking, claiming their Ethereum dividends. But the whole design of it was designed to just pay out Ethereum back to the stakers as regularly as possible.
So like you said, it's pure DeFi, but it's also got a mix of game theory, gamification.
There's a lot of game theory behind it, and it's kind of built to try and be a long-term sustaining protocol. Now, it's one of these things that you go and look at the price chart, and the price chart does not really tell the story. It is built for stakers. Now, every day there is a potential, a lot of days, if people aren't paying attention, you see this ROI. So you can come along and you can put your Ethereum in, and it'll show you once you change, if you can change that power selector, Matt, from 1 to something, just change it to 10.
Yeah,
it'll show you each day. You can kind of have a look and see what the ROI is. So like at the minute, there's about 6,500 tokens go into the auction every day. So if you're the only person who puts money in, you get the whole 6,500. As obviously as people come in and put more money in, your share goes down. And a lot of days that ROI will close out to zero or go negative. It basically, when it goes to zero, you're, even through the auction, you're getting your tokens at market value. So that's where part of just the auction game theory comes in, is that you can come along every day and watch that ROI. People put their bids in, and you're guaranteed, put your bid in, you're guaranteed to get some tokens. You're sure of that 6,500. And like I say, some days that's been left at, anything up to, 50 to 100% people have made some days when people aren't paying attention. Now, go ahead. Have you any questions there so far?
I was going to ask you. So people come in, they put ETH into the system, right? And then they're rewarded in ETH and
just ETH.
Just ETH. Okay.
All ETH. Yep.
Yeah. And then they can stake, because there's different functions in the system too, right? There's liquidity, there's staking.
Yeah, well, if you go whenever you get your tokens, you go and look at the staking tab there.
Yeah.
What way this works, there's a distribution. So all the ETH that comes in every day gets sent to different pools. So that's just where you put your stake in. If you go to the rewards, it's an easier thing to get a good overview. So the ETH that comes in each day, it goes to a few different places. It goes to an 8-day payout pool, an 88-day payout pool. Scroll down a bit more. A 288-day payout pool and an 888-day payout pool. So you can see even in Blaze at the minute, that 888-day payout pool has $500,000 of ETH sitting in it waiting to pay out. So everybody that is staked on that, that's a bit of a special pool. But if you're staked as you go through, as it passes through each of these days, like the 288-day payout, see the progress bar there, as that gets up to 100%, everybody that's staked on that day will get their proportional share of that 22K that's sitting in it.
Okay. Depending on how big they are in that pool.
Yeah, exactly. So ETH comes in every day. It gets split out between the 8-day pool, the 88-day payout pool, the 288, the 888, and it also then goes to the buy and burn. Some goes to the buy and burn as well, which basically just continues to buy and burn Blaze off the market to eat away at supply.
Gotcha. So it changes every day, right? Someone might come in and you said there might be one or two, or sometimes someone might get all of that.
Yeah, well, no, but I don't think anybody's ever got all, unless they've come in maybe these days. Okay, so what I mean, it's roughly, I'm going to take a stab here and say it's the price. Well, the price is at the minute, about $400. You can get the whole lot, but the price at the minute of Blaze is 7 cents. That's been up at $3 before. So there's a lot of that. A lot of the Ethereum in stored up in those longer term pools. That 288-day pool paid out $250,000 there when it ticked over the last time. So there's been, there's been a lot of Ethereum paid out to the stakers of the system. It's worth noting, my opinion, this was built. If you don't know if people are familiar with TitanX, but TitanX paid out Ethereum to people, and then it was kind of there was a few things in the community, a few changes in the protocol that meant a lot of the ETH dividends were taken away from the community. And we built this to add that back into the ecosystem. So its sole purpose was to get in ETH and pay people Ethereum dividends. That's it. That's all. That's the main thing it was created to get. And for stakers. So it is at the end of the day, it's a staking protocol, in my opinion.
Awesome, awesome. Well, this ties into what we're doing at PowerCity. We love Blaze. We wanted to do something similar, so we forked it, and we're going to give everyone a sneak peek of Beehive, which is a fork of Blaze and does the same thing with Pulse. So, like you just said, people can come in here with Pulse, right? They can put Pulse in, and the pools are going to work the same. There's going to be the same. It's the same protocol, right?
Yep, I was playing around with it on testnet, and it looks pretty. Apart from a few little date/time tweaks, it all looks pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. So yeah, it's again Blaze. It's for what it's set out to do, it did it extremely well. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that somebody's forking it, or it's taken this long. I suppose it's part of time in the market. Blaze, you can go in and look at everything. And look at what it's done throughout its life, and so far it's worked extremely well for what it was designed to do. We are planning a few new things now to add in to on Blaze as well. We're planning a few new things to add in that can breathe more life back in. To get the price going back up again. The price going up just starts to fuel the system again. Obviously, through the bit of a bear market, the price of Blaze has been coming down. So we're planning a few new things to get that price taken up, because the more funds come into the system, the more it starts to pay out everybody.
Yeah. So just to answer this question by Techno King, yeah, Beehive is a fork of Blaze. And I know we don't want to get into the weeds too much. You want to touch on the overview of this protocol. Let's talk about there's daily auctions, right? And is every 24 hours there's an auction?
Oh, yeah, I mean, in Blaze, and I'm sure this will be the same. It runs for 24 hours. You can see there the time scale. Next auction starts in 98. So once you have a 24-hour period to put your PLS in. And then once that ticks over, you can go in. As soon as it ticks over, everybody that's participated can claim their Blaze or their, what are the Beehive tokens or
honey tokens.
Honey tokens. So as soon as if you're 24 hours, it shows you the ROI. It shows you how much is available, and as you put it in, it'll show you. If you scroll down a bit in your adapter, once you put your money in, it will show you your ROI. It'll continue to, every time somebody else comes in and updates, it will continue to show you your ROI. It'll show you how many tokens you're getting, and it'll show you when it's going to tick over to the next day. As soon as it ticks over, everybody that's participated can claim their tokens and either quickly try to sell them on the market for a quick profit, or put them into the system or hold them. When I say LP, especially in the early days when the volume is high, there's a buy and burn built into this thing. So if people are, au fait to the LP game, a lot of early people playing in Blaze would have went in, provided LP to make profit with their tokens rather than, staking or selling.
Okay. So there's a few options, isn't there, after each cycle ends? Following, obviously, the Blaze protocol, after 24 hours, the cycle ends, the user can claim their honey token. And they can either trade that on a DEX, right? They can sell that.
Yep.
They could stake that token. And then those distribution rewards come after a certain, I'm not sure exactly on the time period. What did you say?
Once if you go on to click into the next tab, you can stake, you can, if you go to Beekeepers, if you click max length.
Yeah.
Not sure what you guys have got set as the max staking length.
I'm not sure because obviously this is still it's still not 100% complete, but this is just a bit of a tease. But shall I put What do you
Yeah,
suggest?
so you're going to have a maximum. You know, the big thing with Blaze was that if you're staked on, there's an 8-day payout, an 88-day payout, and then a
Hmm.
288. If you're staked on those dates, you will get your share of the pool. But there's a minimum and a maximum stake in length. So the longer you stake, the more bonuses you get. You kind of get like a multiplier. The longer you stake, the better payout rate that you get. The secret sauce of Blaze and what you've got now in Beehive is the longer term pool. If you click over to the harvests,
Hmm.
and this is the insane stat. There is like of everything that came into Blaze, all the Blaze tokens on the market, 85% of them are staked.
Oh wow.
So which is there's virtually no liquid. Now, if you imagine, we started off with 8,888 tokens per day, and each day the amount in the auction goes down by 0.08%. So in a year, it's went for 400 days. It's went from 8,800 tokens down to 6,500 tokens per day, and of all that inflation that's come out, as I say, 87% of it has been staked. Now that's because you've changed the 888-day paid pool to the 555-day paid pool. Built into this system, there is a long-term payout pool that continues to take in ETH until that 550 or Pulse. It'll be for you guys until that 555th day of the protocol. But to get into that, you had to get your hands on 4,000 Blaze tokens and max stake them. You had to lock them off the market for 2,888 days, essentially wiping them out of the system.
Okay, so it's obviously making it rarer. We know what happens to things that get burnt or get rare.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing with it is that you imagine you come along, you do put your honey tokens, lock them up for the max stake. I'm not sure what the max stake length is, but you're gonna once you do that, you're gonna get Pulse back every 9 days, every 81 days, every 243 days, and then if you've max staked, you're going to get your cut of that massive long-term pool as well.
Very interesting. So lots of game theory.
We called it the Diamond Hand Club and the Diamond Hand Pool. That ours is 888 days into the future from the beginning. So another 488 days till ours comes. We ended up with 4,000 Blaze tokens. Was quite a lot. Half of the auction a day. At one stage, people were paying and locking up, $8,000 worth of tokens. They were $2. They were locking up $8,000 worth of tokens way into the future. But I'll say this: you could talk to the community. Anybody that played Blaze the way it was meant to be played, by just getting in and staking or quickly taking an ROI, did very, very well through this protocol. It really was did a fantastic job at what it set out to do. And that Diamond Hand pool, I do think, was a big part of it. When you get so many tokens locked off the market, there's not a lot of sell pressure.
Well, and also, we just saw today, 400th day running perfectly, no issues. That's why we wanted to bring this to PulseChain. And if you like PLS, which a lot of people do, they can do the same now, or they will be able to do the same now. So we've got a question here. Do we have a link? Not yet. So this is just a sneak peek today. This is not for public use yet, but we're getting close to releasing it. So Ali's been kind enough to have a look at it for us as well, and on the test net and play around with it. So, but we'll let everyone know. But it's it's a great protocol, and a few different changes. Obviously, you can see the 555 is different to the 888. But it's going to be the same thing. Obviously, people that get in early, people that stake longer, we see this with Hex, we see this in other protocols. If you're willing to stake longer, then you're going to get a higher percentage in yield. And it's just another DeFi / gamification thing that does that, and obviously gets people in, because game theory works, right?
It is, it really is. So we, at the time, it took us maybe 6-7 months to build this. There was a team of 8 guys working around the clock, and we weren't even the devs on it. So there was a hell of a lot of work. A lot of the ideas came from Hex, Titan X, and we just incorporate a lot of what was started being done around that time into this protocol. But yeah, the best thing about it is that it is fully decentralized. You know, no admin keys, so many functions, and there's five different contracts within it. And like I say, all working beautifully, flawlessly. People have been claiming their ETH every 8 days for 400 days now. So it'll be the same on Pulse.
Awesome. I mean, the timing's pretty good, right? We're seeing run-ups in the price. We're seeing Richard getting bullish. Bitcoin and Ethereum is making, well, Bitcoin's making all-time highs. Ethereum's getting back up to, not that far away. I mean, it's funny, right? We had beginning of this year, Ethereum was around 4,000. We dropped as low as, I think, 16 or even below $1,600 at some point. But things are turning around. So this could be perfect timing, especially for people that like Pulse. They want to earn more Pulse, and they also want to have some fun. They want to play a game.
There'll probably be nothing like this on PulseChain yet. I know that there's a few people kind of taking some of the stuff from TitanX and bringing it over to PulseChain at the minute. There's a crazy crossover between the two communities, as I mentioned. But I don't know whether it will be something like this that earns Pulse just as regularly and easily.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure there will be, but it's the fact that, again, don't want to sound like a broken record, but to see it working flawlessly for 400 days on Ethereum is a testament to it. For people that care about, because obviously you don't want to put anything into something that hasn't been around long. You want to make sure it's valid and as we've said, no admin keys, real DeFi, good game theory, and been working already on Ethereum, paying out Ethereum every day, right, for 400 days. Blaze has been on Ethereum. So just to run through a few of the things for people that may want to know, you're going to need a minimum of 100K PLS. That's a prerequisite for participating in the protocol. Each cycle is 1 day, the same in Blaze, right? Every 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then they can claim their honey and do what they want with it. And
just worth noting there as well. I'm sure you guys will start doing a few more deep dives as well. But there, some of these styles of protocols, the auction protocols, some of them would timestamp your entry into the auction. So there's a 24-hour period. Some of them would timestamp. So if the auction starts at 12 and you go in at 2 p.m. the next day, some of them would make you, even though the claim has become available at 12 the next day. Some protocols would make you wait until 2 o'clock, and this is not like that. Everybody can claim their tokens all at once. So if there is, and the thing behind that is if there is a quick profit to be made, the first person to sell is probably going to get it.
Okay.
Which again leads into, it does sort of force people or focus people on using it the way it's meant to be used, as in go into the staking part.
And for anyone who is a core staker, PowerCity core staker, 1% of the PLS coming in here will go to core stakers as well. So again, keeping true to
my Genesis NFT will be starting to earn more PLS from this, will it?
It will be, because like all of our protocols, it feeds back in to the core, so you can be earning yield on top of yield in multiple places. Which is, who doesn't want that, right? Who wants that? I mean, of course. I'm sure, like yourself, we got into cryptos just to buy crypto and hope it goes up. But once you get past that phase, you want your money working for you, right? So, so what else have you got going on, man? Tell us more about the trade brawl, the trade brawl NFTs. You've got, that's a big thing for you too, right?
Well, yeah, cryptographics.
Yes.
So he launched a project called Taurus. It's another, kind of daily auction cycle protocol. Well, no, sorry, it's more of a creation. You can like TitanX in a way where you can come in and put money in to create your own tokens. You can max create with 88 days. But anyway, it's performing very, very well. He has a fork of that launching on PulseChain called Unity. So Trade Brawl, I worked, built that over a year ago. It's an infrastructure that can be used to create many different types of trading games and trading battles. So at the minute, I have a game running for cryptographics and Taurus, where people can come along. They can drop in about $100 worth of ETH, and we use that ETH to max create Taurus. And the prize pool with only like 5 or 6 entrants so far, sitting up over 5 or 6 people only putting in $100 each. The prize pool's up at about 6K already. And that closes on the entries for that close on Sunday. Because we don't need to get, it's kind of one of these things, we don't need to fill the places up. There's a maximum of 200 people can enter. Very, very easy game to play. If you go to, if anybody is interested, go to tradebrawl.com. And from there, you can kind of click and enter either the Taurus Titans game, we call it, or you can do a little bit of a deep dive into what we've got with Pulse Wars Season 2. So those are the two things that I'm focusing on getting players for at the minute. You see the bottom one there, enter Taurus Titans, or you can, if you click on that a second, that'll just take you through to the white paper where it explains what Taurus Titans is and how to enter. Can you just click back 1 second just to give people an idea, just to see this? It's kind of insane. In the top right, Taurus Titan stats and Titan X Hub. When you click there. So this is just a little mini game I've been creating that's only going to last a few weeks. We created this for crypto graphics, and I can create this stuff like this for any community. We could do something like this for Beehive when it launches, where we could, take funds in, lock everything up in stakes, and the players can earn, can win the PLS that the stakes earn. So if you scroll down, it'll show you we've got 200. There's up to 200 people can enter. You just send your ETH to a safe wallet, and then this is on Ethereum, and then we mint the players. And this is where crossover between communities happens. They enter the game, and the prize pool lives on Ethereum, but we mint them NFTs and airdrop them NFTs to play the game on PulseChain. So you can see there's only 6 people have entered, and the prize pool $100 each. And just the way Taurus works, and it's going to earn this is going to earn more Taurus for the prize pool for the next 88 days. Now there's only $600 has went in, and it's already up. It's already done. It's already like a 10x of the Taurus in in like 3 days. So it's going to earn more for another 88 days, and then that will be used as the prize pool.
Oh wow! So the more people that come in, the obviously the bigger that will get.
Yeah, I mean, and regardless if more people come in or not, as I say, what's there at the minute is going to continue to earn more Taurus for the prize pool every single day. So the Taurus is worth looking at, and we're going to do the same thing for Unity. But that's just a little fun thing to add to the hype. Taurus only launched a few weeks ago. I think it's about 3 weeks old. So this is just a thing to add a little bit of hype and help with marketing. Pulse Wars is really where it's at, and I hope that it, if you even maybe click back just to look at that tradebrawl.com page again.
Yeah.
Okay, so this game, if you click enter Pulse Wars Season 2, this game can accommodate up to 15,000 players. At the minute, we only have 18 million pulse in the prize pool at the minute. NFTs to enter are only 369,000 pulse, so just over $10 to enter. As I say, we had 1,000 players in Season 1, and we're selling for Season 2. Every mint, 369K PLS, 80% of that goes straight into the prize pool. And when you have an NFT, you just come along to the DApp when the game starts. You get 10,000 fake DAI, and you use that fake DAI in the game to trade PLS or trade about 40 different coins that are on Pulse and Ethereum. And you manage a portfolio by doing 1 or 2 trades or a couple of trades a week. That's all you can do in the game. It's very, very easy to play. And the value of your portfolio places you in a league. The higher you up in the league, the more money you win.
Wow. Have you always been into game theory and games, or is like?
Not at all. This was me combining. I used to run fitness competitions, calisthenics competitions in Ireland, and it was all online, and that all thrived just through the energy of doing, live streams and covering people's. We used to set weekly fitness challenges, and people would video themselves doing the challenges and send all the videos in. And then I had a show where we would play all the videos. I'd take the piss out of them, but at the end of the day, it was a very serious fitness competition as well. So we just had a lot of fun with it, and I tried to put a lot of that. That's why I streamed about Pulse Wars every Monday night, covering it, trying to but it didn't really, because we were in the bear market, it didn't really get the attention and the hype that I was hoping. So like everything, I'm putting the effort in again now that hopefully this time for season 2, we have a prize pool that will continue to grow in value. The game we played, we had a prize pool that unfortunately continued to dwindle in value for about a year, which was kind of soul destroying watching.
Well, that's the thing about crypto, right? And building protocols, timing is a huge thing, right? You could have the right protocol doing the right thing, but it'd be the wrong time. And then you could have, it's just so weird, isn't it? Because people are chasing scams, memes, whatever. And then real DeFi isn't sexy, obviously in the bull market, but memes are pumping. And then maybe when people get educated, then they come into real DeFi and things. But yeah, a lot of the time it can be the right thing, the wrong time. So, I mean,
sometimes it was very frustrating to know the amount of time and effort and money goes into building this game's it's really simple to play, but it's pretty there's a lot of different things that it does and can do. You know, even a simple thing like here's an example. There's 7 different types of NFTs in this game. I can keep it simple and make it really easy to play. But there's one class of NFT in it that are called PulseChains, and they can only play the game with PulseChain coins. And there's something like 6,000 of them, and about 2,000 of those have names of people within the community. So there's probably one in there called Matt Cho, but I spent hours on end scrolling through crypto Twitter, picking out everybody in the Hex and PulseChain community, putting their name into a spreadsheet, and then editing their name a little bit so it's not an exact copy. So like there's about 2,000 freaking names in there. So if you mint the Pulse Wars NFT, there's a chance you get you can get your own. Get your own one. But look, it's as I say, you're talking about memes popping off here, there, and everywhere, and people chasing this stuff that is absolute dirt. Yet stuff that people really put time and effort into doesn't get the attention.
It is frustrating, and yeah, we've all definitely been there. I mean, especially when the bear market is in full swing, or should I say the opposite of full swing? Everything's ground to a halt. No one cares. Barely anyone's streaming, and we're still trying to keep the torch going. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's so funny. Whenever we think things are going to go one way, they go the other way. And then when you think, okay, maybe at the beginning of 2025, I'm hoping, okay, it's pretty much 4 years since the beginning of 2021. So by your watch, you should be able to set the next bull market, right? And it doesn't happen. And then I kind of, oh, well, maybe it's 2026. And then we start pumping again. So I don't know, but it's looking bullish. The fact we've got Richard tweeting kind of like, just we're about to melt faces. All we need is him streaming again. And we need Ethereum hitting 5K or 7K. Even better.
We're definitely on the way. It's the same over in Titanx. Jake Sharp, the founder of Titanx, he's gone underground for months and months and months now. And I've seen somebody commenting yesterday, the first one of them to come out and start twerking would know the game is on.
Well, yeah, we all know how that feels. It's been like we said before. If you've been here before 2021 or around that time and you're still holding, you deserve it, man. You deserve it. So, man, you're the man. You're positive. You're building all these different things. Blaze, a great protocol, which because of you and your team, we're bringing to PulseChain soon, and people can do the same with Pulse.
So can I give a wee shout out? Just want to shout out to the original Blaze 8 team. We came together. We saw a need to do something in the Titanx ecosystem. I'd already been building on PulseChain, was in the Titanx ecosystem, and whenever was at the certain time when we started building Blaze, there was a need for something to be added to that community and added to that ecosystem. 8 guys came together and worked night and day for 6 months just to get the thing launched, and then worked night and day again for another 6 months while it was kind of in its hype phase. And that was, say, running for 400 days. Once the energy had kind of run out and people and we were kind of in the bear market, and Titan was going down, everything was going down. It was hard for the team to come together and agree how to move things forward. Team of 8 guys, all with their own personalities and ideas. Every single one of that team of 8 has built projects on their own as well. So I just want to give a shout out to the 8 guys that were on the team and thank them all, because we only bought, there's only a couple of us just bought the other guys out at the weekend. That's why I wanted to put this stream back a week. So at the minute, from a team of 8, now there's only two of us that are going to sort of take Blaze over and give it its next lease of life. And maybe, you guys will be able to, you're for Beehive, you're armed with a lot more information about what can and can't happen. I'll certainly be playing in Beehive because I know how the system works pretty damn well. So I'll definitely be participating when it launches. But one of the things where it needs, Blaze needs at the minute, is it needs new use cases for the token. This thing is going to distribute coins for 8 years or 18 years. That's how long it takes for the inflation to come out, for all the coins to come onto the market. So the two of us will be announcing shortly what we're going to do with Blaze next. And you guys for Beehive can certainly learn a thing or two from what's went on so far, and maybe things that you can add sooner to the Beehive protocol than we waited for Blaze to keep that friggin' fire burning behind it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'm sure as you've been helping us out, looking at it on testnet and what's not, we'll be in contact. And any tips, just send them our way. Where can people follow you to be kept up to date with everything that you're doing? Blaze, Trade Brawl, and everything else.
So yeah, I don't even know, but what's my name? AliKane5 on Twitter. Yeah, AliKane5 on Twitter or X, and t.me/join Trade Brawl will get you into the Trade Brawl Telegram. You can find out everything there. And then I have a YouTube channel called Blaze Crypto, where we stream every Tuesday. Actually streaming it, we're ramping it up. So I'm streaming, talking about all things Titan X and PulseChain on that channel as well. If you just look up Blaze Crypto on YouTube, you'll see this big diamond sticking out. Go in there. We'll be streaming. We're streaming last night. We're streaming again tomorrow night, covering Taurus Titans. So yeah, come and check the show out.
Awesome, Ali. Thanks so much for your time, man. This has been really enjoyable. Love the energy. Love the fact that you're just, I don't know where you get your energy from, man, but you're nonstop, and it's infectious. And especially with the timing now, I think that, yeah, you're going to be a force of nature in PulseChain. So thank you. Awesome. And let's do this again soon as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Thanks, man. Take care. So guys, do stay tuned for any updates on Beehive in the PowerCity Telegram group. And also below this video, you can find the links to all of the current live PowerCity dApps. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.